This is a HeadGum podcast.
Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. Not checking what time the tree trimming service is coming before recording the podcast? Timber! The chainsaw started roaring the second Thomas hit record. I guess I'll go ask him to take an early lunch break.
Yeah, checking first is handsome, so check Allstate first for an auto quote. It could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Pretty little episode.
Welcome to the Handsome Pod's Pretty Little Episode. I am Fortune Feimster.
And I am Tig Notaro. How are you, Fortune?
I'm so good. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. I'm just touring around and just doing the best I can, really. That's all I can do.
You're doing great.
Mm-hmm. Some days.
Are you enjoying being back on tour?
I am. I'm liking these. I really don't. I don't know if it's my age or what, but I'm really happy with once a month, 4 or 5 nights in a row. And it just is nice. I would go out, I'd go hard and fast. Mm-hmm. Whereas I'm like, I'm going to let this ride as long as it wants to.
Yeah.
But things are good. Stephanie and we have stuff we're working on that's been really fun, and it's one of those things where like you go into these projects and they're kind of like stalled out sometimes for a while, and who knows what will ultimately happen. But we just had like a really fun run of a week of like, wow, that's a really good email. Whoa, I did.
Oh, well, nice.
This came back around. And so I'm also, though, trying to, like, I love working on that, but I think I'm realizing I don't know that I want to be fully producing anymore on projects. Yeah.
Why? It's just too much work?
It's just a lot. It's a lot when things get really layered and complicated and stuff. I don't have I find it fascinating that people will get into the business to be a producer because you're taking on so much. Whereas I started out as a comedian and then got into different projects and development and, that'd be fun. Yeah, let's do that. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm full on in a producing role, and just kind of pulling back the layers of getting in touch with what do I really want?
Right.
What do I want for my time? What are my actual interests? I don't want to get my dream confused with anybody else's dream. I want to do what I really want to do. And it's a weird but good time.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I would think that would be a lot of like coordinating and I don't know, a lot of being required to be organized.
Well,
yeah.
You don't what?
I don't know that I would want to do it full time either.
And I didn't mean to do it full time, but I just started to realize, like, gosh, so much of my time is like being allocated to these kind of tasks and calls and conversations and meetings. And I'm just like, is this really what I want to do? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a different kind of producer than just like, oh, this project is teed up, everything's looking good, your name might be helpful to have on this project. And it's like, in that case, I'm like, yes, slap my name on there and let's go. But I'm always really interested in that world of learning about myself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very interested in that, because sometimes I can become numb and just be moving forward without thought. And I can't wait to tell May this, but this is exciting. I'm doing my own wellness weekend.
By yourself?
I'm going to hire people. Well, because I was thinking, I really want to do a wellness retreat, but not that I am the most recognizable person in the world. But I do think I wouldn't feel totally relaxed if I was at a retreat, you know, because people might recognize me. And and so I started to look into other options. And then I saw like, maybe you can hire somebody to come in and do a retreat for you at your house. So it's private. I was like, well, that's cool. Or you get a hotel room and somebody goes and meets you at the hotel and does the whole thing with you. So yeah, it's just more of that, of like, just, I'm going to spend 2 days by myself, and I'm going to have different people that I hire to come in and yeah. So I'm going to get that little experience, and then I'm going to open it up for our wellness weekend.
Okay. Yeah. You see how it goes. See if you're into it. Then take notes and perfect it by the time we come around. I have another thing I don't want to tell May about just yet either.
Oh, okay. This
is
Are you pregnant?
No. But I am going to go to Saturday Night Live on Saturday night to the taping.
Is Alanis there?
No, even better.
Who?
Paul McCartney's the musical guest.
Oh my gosh. You guys are never going to get past your musical conflict.
So when I'm going because Will Ferrell is hosting, and so I'm doing a show in Pennsylvania the night before. So I was like, oh, I'll just take the train up to New York City and see Will. And I had no idea till today that's who the musical guest is, and maybe I won't meet him. I might not even meet him, but the idea that I could potentially meet Paul McCartney.
May is not going to handle this well. Okay, because now you might meet him, and I chose not to go to a party of his. May can't. It's too much for I think May's
soul.
Yeah.
Well, TBD. Nothing
I
may
bet
come
you'll
of it.
meet him. I bet you will.
I feel like it's a possibility because I'll be hanging out with Will's, and his people. So I don't know. We'll see. But it did give me a good cackle when I realized it.
And when did you find that out? The past couple of days? Today.
Today I saw Will's promo and he mentioned Paul McCartney, and I went, oh my God, is that the musical guest? And then I looked it up and it is. And I was like, are you kidding me?
That is, I cannot wait.
I'll
Please
keep you
let
posted.
me be there when you tell May.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, poor little May. Well, should we get into our questions?
Let's do it.
Hi, Tig. Hi, Fortune. Hi, May. This is Wendy from Toledo. My question for you is this. So, the social movements, No Shave November and No Mow May, like you're not supposed to mow your lawn in May because it helps the environment.
Oh, I didn't know
I'm wondering what social movement you would want to start and what month you would pick. And I am excited to hear your answers.
I didn't know about the No Mow November.
And what, no shaving your hair on your body?
No,
interesting.
You mean no coochie? No, you mean I can't shave me coochie?
Fortune Marie!
I'm only thinking about Kate McCoochie because I just saw her in a picture with a friend of mine.
Oh my God. I did a voiceover the other day, and then she popped up on the screen. She was next in line to record on the cartoon. It was such a fun surprise to see her little face. And I love how much she is a part of this show just because of her last name. But she's also one of my dearest friends.
I do love that. But I love that your dear friend's last name is Mikuchi.
Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. Not checking for wild flocks of parrots when I go for a walk? Take cover. A gang of parrots have roosted in my neighborhood's trees, and while I know it's good luck, I'd love to not get droppings on my denim.
Yeah, checking first is handsome. So check Allstate first for an auto quote. It could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Our question from Wendy is, what would we start if we could start anything? I've thought about this. I've thought about this.
I knew you'd have an answer right away.
Yes, I have thought that it would be, and maybe this is already happening, but I've always thought it would be such a great idea to have, whether it's a day, a week, or a month every year, that as just people on the planet in their town or city, everywhere you go, pick up something and throw it away. Just pick up trash, pick up recycling, and just make it a thing that everybody knows, because that would make such a huge impact as far as just like on a surfacey level of tidying up the area that you live in.
I like that.
Yeah, I like you too.
I used to do that adopt a highway thing back in high school. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so we would go out and pick up trash for, some part of town that some company, basically a company would sponsor it and then get people to volunteer to help them. So yeah, I like that because there's so much trash. We got to do better about that for sure. I mean, I would try to help save water. I think we should do like no shower Wednesdays. And on Wednesdays, no one can shower. But everyone would participate. So if someone were a little stinky on Wednesday, you would know why.
Yeah.
That particular day, maybe just, you'd
be like,
do a little more deodorant.
Right. It's Wednesday.
Perfume. But yeah, since everyone's doing it, it wouldn't be a big faux pas.
Well, we could probably save a lot of water also if May stopped showering twice a day.
May does enjoy a shower, a lot of showers and a lot of baths. Yeah. That could help.
I'm all for stinky. Stinky Wednesday doesn't sound right. Stinky Saturday.
Well, you can't do Saturday because that's a date night, potentially.
Stinky Tuesday.
Tuesday could work. I think it has to be a Tuesday or a Wednesday because those are not as much as going on socially.
Stinky Tuesday. Stinky Tuesday.
Okay, Stinky Tuesday. So that's the day we're going to save water.
And we can't pick up trash that day.
Yeah, because you don't want to get too stinky.
And we can't call the trash day Stinky Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's a good idea. Stinky Tuesday, and then you wake up and you pick up trash on Wednesday, and then you take a
shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Right. What's Wendy got for us?
Mine would be switch it up September, because I just love switching things up. And I think it would be fun to have all kinds of people doing, getting out of their routine and doing something different, just to keep it fresh and maybe to keep it a little bit silly. So I think that could be a really fun activity for people. Thanks. Love your show.
Thank you, Wendy. I like that. This is another example of our listeners have great questions.
They sure do.
Really, really great questions. I'm always like, what is this going to be? And Wendy delivered again.
Go, Wendy. I love your hamburgers.
Okay.
Hi, Tig, May, and Fortune. My name is Megan, and I'm calling from just outside of Worcester, Massachusetts. And I have a question that I can't answer myself, but I'm curious to hear your answers. So I'm listening to a recent pod. Fortune's talking about her international tour coming up. And I'm curious if and how you tailor your comedy to locations. So I would assume not every country shares the same humor. And I'm wondering if you write different jokes for different places, even different cities. And if you do, how that process works. I love you guys, and I look forward to listening to you every week. And thanks.
Well, we love you too.
That's right. It made me think about how comedy in general and podcasts in general, it's for specific audiences.
Mm-hmm.
And because a friend of mine, her mom told me, she said, I try to listen to Handsome. I just don't understand what it's about. And I said, I don't think it's for you. Not that you can't be. We have people of all ages that listen to it.
Yeah,
But if you listen to it and your first thought is, don't know what this is about, then probably you're not going to enjoy the rest of the episodes.
That is so funny. What is it about?
What is it about? I just don't understand.
And what would you say it's about?
It's about like nothing and everything, you know? Because it's nonsense a lot of times, but then other times we really dig into things, you know?
Yeah.
But that's the nature of the questions, is that it takes us in many different directions.
Yeah, I guess if it interests you to hear a group of people pondering.
And then sometimes it's funny and we make people laugh, and then sometimes it's earnest, and sometimes it's sad, and sometimes it's just chatting, you know?
It's with
a lot
friends
of different
on the
things.
Handsome Pod.
That's right. But for international shows, you know, I just do Europe and a handful of places in Europe, and I do Australia. And then I do, Canada feels very similar to here. So, but like, I've never performed in some of the places I'm going. So, it will be new to me. And I do remember when I performed in Iceland last year, I was like, you do think like, are they going to get this reference or this fast food chain or, their biscuits or something else, So you just have to, you either shift it to like a fast food place that they recognize, say if it's a fast food story, or like if I'm talking about a biscuit that's a Southern biscuit, I'll take a couple extra sentences to describe it. Or if it seems like a very American story that's like maybe not as relatable, I might just take that out completely. So I personally tailor it a little bit, but not to the point where it's a whole other act.
Yeah, I remember when I first got into stand-up, people would be like, you got to have your clean set, you got to have your college material, you have to have your corporate, and I was like,
that's a lot of sets.
I just did not understand, because they felt very like business comedians, you know what I mean?
Right,
you got to have this, you got to be prepared for that, and you got to make sure. But I never did that. I was just like, here's my material. This is what inspires me to write about and talk about and perform.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, if there are moments that but it's also, to talk about my Taylor Dane bit. Sometimes when it wouldn't work in the early days, people would say, oh, it's because, people don't know who she is, or they must not know who she is. And I'm like, that doesn't matter, because I've talked about my mother. I've talked about friends of mine, and it's your job as a comedian, as you're saying, to give that description so that it doesn't matter who you're talking about, that it just becomes relatable. And whether you're tweaking a few words here and there, or just dropping an entire story altogether, because it's like, but I don't really add things or write things. but specific to the town. But every now and then something will happen when I'm on the way to a show, or if something outrageous. But that's also coming from a real place of, oh, I wanted to talk about this. I'm not like, hey, tell me what your local specialty is, or is there anything about your town I need to know so I can like write something. I just, and maybe people wish or are looking for that in a comedian, but I'm not that person.
I don't really do it either. Occasionally, right now I'm doing like a little bit of crowd work in the middle of the show. So sometimes I'll, pop in a couple things here and there, but I'm not like doing a whole like 5 or 10 minutes on the town.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's another thing I will shift for my European shows. I have learned, at least through my time doing London and Amsterdam, European crowds don't seem to be as much into crowd work as American audiences because they don't want to be a part of the show. Yeah, they like came to see you. I did a week of shows in London at the Soho. This would have been like 7 or 8 years ago. And a reviewer came, which I wasn't used to that either. Yeah, being reviewed in stand up. Unless you put out a special, just you don't really get reviewed for your live shows, and he liked everything but the crowd work. He was like, I don't like enjoy the back and forth there. It wasn't that it was bad crowd work, that he just wasn't into it. And I learned that throughout the week that people are just not. Those audiences are a bit more demure, whereas Americans, want to hear themselves talk, want to be loud, want to be boisterous. So they're into it. So I definitely shift my set for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's your answer.
There you go, Megan.
A little bit. Sometimes, maybe not. Mostly,
Un poco.
Send your questions in. Also share episodes. Help us build this handsome community. Submit your questions to speakpipe.com/handsomepod. Come check me out on the road, tignotaro.com. I'll be in Spokane, Washington, Eugene, Oregon. I'm doing some local shows in LA, Colorado Springs, Calgary, Iowa City, Des Moines, Omaha, Oklahoma City, Cincinnati, Charleston, West Virginia. The list goes on and on. Come on out. We'll see you soon. What about you, Fortune?
I'm in Cedar Rapids, Iowa tonight, so come on out for that. Then Omaha, Nebraska tomorrow night. Then next weekend, Portland, Maine, and Detroit, Michigan. So I'll see you guys hopefully at one of these fun shows if you live in the area.
Yeah, and until next time, keep it pretty handsome.
Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. Not checking the levels on my amp before I practice some guitar? Oh boy. Turns out I had it cranked to 11 and my first power chord definitely woke up the entire neighborhood.
Yeah, checking first is handsome. So check Allstate first for an auto quote. It could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
That was a HeadGum podcast.